I'm going to explain today how we do a material takeoff for a gutter job, and it all starts. This is probably for homeowners. It's not really. It's kind of educate a homeowner, not really another contractor. But I'm going to start with the actual materials, what their names are, what they look like. Then we can go into identifying how many of those materials we need, how to measure it, and someone's texting me. All right, so here we go. Obviously, gutter. This is a 6K gutter, and there's a 5K gutter. This is a little bit wider on a 6K, about an inch, but it's way deeper than a 5K. You can see that the depth of this is pretty deep. It allows a lot more volume of water to be held and moved through the gutter. And a 5K is probably about this high up, and then compared to the 6K, as far as how deep it is. And it's 1 inch smaller here. So this is the gutter. This is a K-style gutter. This is the machine that runs it out. And if you want, there's a video right here that you can go check out and see how we make the actual gutters. But this is just really a material breakdown, and then how to count all the materials you need in case you wanted to do your own gutter. So, all right, that's a gutter. Next, we need something to attach that gutter, and these are screws. You can see the screw here. This is made out of aluminum, so it won't rust, and this goes inside the gutter. Let me show you. So it's got a little hook. You hook it on the front of the gutter, and it locks on the vac, and then you screw this thing in, right? So you're going to screw it in through here into the back of the fascia. So this will be the back on the back of the house, and you screw that thing right into me. So that's a hanger. Now with hangers, there's a rule with the hangers. You want them every 2 feet on center, or not on center, but 2 feet. So maybe from the end of this gutter, let's say this is the end, you put it at 6 inches, and then you count every 2 feet, and that's the placement that we do. Other contractors might do it farther apart. They might do it closer. Honestly, farther apart, it falls off the house. Closer, it's just a waste of money. It's not really doing anything. So every 2 feet. That's a hanger. Then also part of the gutters are end caps. So you've got a right side, and you can see there's a little R there. I don't know if you can see it. There's some shadows in here. And there's an L for left, and they get stuck on, you can watch that other video, but they get on the ends of the gutters to close them up, and then they get sealed in here. So end caps left and right, and these can be 6 inch and 5 inch. So you got to be careful. If you're doing 5 inch gutters, you want 5 inch left and right end caps. If you're doing 6 inch, you want these. Okay. Outlets. Big outlet. We like these because they're easy. We just use a drill into the actual gutter, pop these in, caulk it, be done with it. This lets the water out of the gutter. So this goes in the gutter like this. Once you have the hole, you pop it through there like that. It sits in, kind of sticks out the bottom like this a little bit, but it gets installed from the inside. You don't want to put it on the outside and then cuts a hole the inside of it. And this gets caulked. But there's two different ones. There's a couple different ones on the market. We use the smaller ones for smaller downspouts. It's the bigger ones for bigger downspouts. I'll get into that in a second. These are miter strips. So let's say your gutter is running straight across and you have to turn it. This is an outside miter strip, so this would stay on the outside. The gutter would come in here and sit in here, and the other gutter would come in and make the turn. So this will allow you to turn around a corner of a wall, or so there's outside miter strips and inside miter strips. There's a reason we use, oh my God, I'll show you the difference and why we like these better than these. These are box miters. This is going to be easier for, you know, if you're a homeowner to use. But you can see this does the same. This will do the same thing, but look how big this thing is, right? Kind of ugly. This is an inside miter. So the gutter comes in here, sits in here, here. So you would have a gutter coming this way and going that way, right? So there's 3 points of failure within a box miter. One, where you join the gutter, and one on this side where you join the gutter, and one down the center of the seam. Now, this, much nicer looking, only 1 point of failure with these, which is right down the center where the 2 gutters meet in the middle. So this is why we like this. It's less bulky. 1 point of failure, 3 points of failure. These will fail because it's only caulking. So you want 1 point of failure one time that you have to clean it, which would be right in here, as opposed to 1, 2, 3. So different miters. These will be easier if you're a homeowner. This will be more difficult because you have to cut the gutter on an angle. We use this for the sealant around like a end cap, an outlet, those miters. Everything gets sealed with this. It's the Geoseal 2320 gutter seam, and you can get this in different colors. I think this is just gray. Whatever, get a caulk gun, squirt in there. You can watch the other video for that. This is the material for that. Elbows. This is an A elbow, and this is a B elbow. These are 3x4 in size. They're called 3x4, and there's 2x3. So there's a smaller version of these two, but there's still an A, there's still a B. A's and B's are used for certain things. If you were want to go off the side of the building, you use a B. If you want to go on the front of the building, you use an A. So you'll use 2 A's, put them together. One here coming off the outlet, and then another one that runs down the wall, and then the spout. So A and B elbows. Then I'll show you the spouts in a second. Everyone knows what a downspout looks like, but then you got zip screws. So these are, I don't know, 1/2 inch zip screws with a 1/4 inch driver. You just need a 1/4 inch driver. Typically you want to get like a 6 inch extension hex 1/4 inch driver for your drill. And you probably want an impact drill, but you'll need these to attach the gutters together, or the downspouts together. And if you like, you can use this to actually attach the end caps on the gutters, but we don't use that technique because it's ugly and it takes longer. So these gutter guards, these are leaf relief, and we use these. They have a plastic compression that compresses against the back of the fascia or whatever's back there, and then this sits on the front of the gutter and it gets screwed in, and then these perforations allow that water to come in, and it has this little step down, and that's specifically for certain gutter hangers so that they don't get in the way. I don't know what I did with the gutter hanger, I threw it, but gutter guards, okay? And they come in 6 and 5. So one last thing I need to show you is a downspout, and it's all the way over there, so I'll come back. All right, I'm back. These are 10 foot. They come in 10 foot lengths. This is a 3x4 spout. I don't know if you can see it. I'm a short person. I'm not very tall, so that's 2 of me. I'm holding, you know, me and then another person. So anyway, this is a spout. It has a face to the front. That's the front, sides. This is the back. You see where the seam is? You don't want to really face that towards you. It looks ugly and stupid. So don't do that. All right, we got that. All right, so now you got all the parts that you need. We're gonna go and check out this house, and I'm going to show you where you measure to get the gutter lengths, and then how you can kind of do it in an organized way of filling this out and then adding the totals up of what you need: A's, B's, elbows, how many spouts, how many inside, outside corners, how many left and right end caps, how many hangers, how many straps you need, all of it. So I'm going to show you on paper how I do that. It's kind of like a semi spreadsheet. So I'm going to walk you guys over to the house and we'll start that. All right, so we're at the house, and you can see where the gutter's missing across here. So what we want to do is we want to measure this gutter, and we want to make sure it's not short on the ends. And if you, I'm going to zoom in here. You can see the shingle right there where it overhangs the side of the house. You want to make sure that you take your measurement and hook your tape measure just to the edge of the shingle, not to the end of the fascia, which is here. The shingle's over here, fascia's in here. If you put the gutter in here, then the water's just going to drip off the side and not go into the gutter. So we need to make it farther off the edge of this fascia point here. So take your tape, hook it to this, bring it all the way across to the wall, and then what you're going to do, because we're even here because we hooked it, you're going to add an inch to that measurement. So whatever this is, exactly pull your tape to the edge of the shingle, run it to the wall, and then what you're going to do is add an inch, because we want this to overhang. We don't want it to be even, we want it to overhang it just a little bit so it catches that water as it rolls off that very far part of the shingle overhanging this side of the house. So first thing we do is we start filling out this card that's going to help us put all the pieces together. So we know we need a gutter, so we draw a line and we put G. So we know that that gutter, let's say, is 21 feet. So I put 21 there. Now I want to know how many A elbows we need, how many B elbows we need, and how many spouts we need. So I just use these up as a heading, and I know what A, B, and spout means, and gutter. So we look at over here, and this we want to drain. We want to drain this over here, not towards the house. So what we're going to do is bring this thing down. Oh my God, I just zoomed in all the way. We're going to bring this gutter down, this spout down the wall here, turn it out that way. So there's two things you need. You need the gutter. We're going to put the outlet right here, and we're going to run it back towards the wall, down the front, and then turn it at the bottom. Actually, yeah, and turn it at the bottom. So we need an A elbow, because the A elbows do the front of the house. B elbows can go to the side of the house. So we need one A bow to come down, one to come down the wall. So we need two here, one to make the bottom turn. Oh my God. I'm gonna cut this out. All right, so we're gonna do two A elbows, one and then two, and then we're gonna do a B elbow at the bottom. So we're gonna come back over where you can put this down and right on here. So I need two of these, I need one of these, and because the spouts are 10 foot, this is 10 foot, so we're gonna just put a 1. So we just did this gutter, we did the spouts that we need, the A elbows, the B elbows, and the spouts, the amounts, and now we're gonna need two end caps. I need one over here and one over here. So we can do end caps left, end caps right, and we need one of each. So here we go, we got one of each, so we're good. And here's the trick here with putting in the hangers. You don't need anything really to know other than you take this and divide it in half. So because it's going to be 21, we'd want 11 hangers for this gutter. So what I do is I just total all these up. Let's say there's like 10 gutters that I'm making. Then I'm just going to add these linear foot measurements up at the bottom, and I'm going to divide it in half and find out how many hangers I need, and then add about 5 more just for waste and, you know, sometimes it doesn't land perfectly, so we want to put an extra one at the end of the gutter. So now we've got this one gutter fully done, and here's some other things that you'd want to put in here. Obviously, you would want to put in an inside miter, an outside miter, no, in, out, right, and outlets. Some gutters need 2 outlets, so I use O for that. This gutter itself up here, we're only going to drain it over here, so it's just 1. So we're just going to put in 1 outlet. But you would go around the house. Let's just say we went around the house and we did this multiple times. We have a 10 foot gutter, and we need it to be 3 elbows. We're going to put 3 on that one, because we're going to, here's the back of the wall, we're going to run it, here's the fascia, we're going to run it from the outlet down the wall and then out. This will be the spout. These are the 2 elbows, 1, 2, 3, and this is the spout. Anyway, so let's say that needs it doesn't need any B elbows because we don't want it to turn the corner. We've got, let's say it needs 2 spouts. It needs 1 left, 1 right, and it needs no inside corners or outside corners and 1 outlet. So all you basically do is you keep doing this around the house, and you total them up. So we've got 31, we've got 5, we've got 1, we've got 3, we've got 2, 2, and 2. We got 0, 0. All right, so this whole job is to say we're only putting 31 foot of gutter. We know we need 31 foot. You know, and when you're doing this, you have your exact measurements, but if you as a homeowner were going to have this stuff delivered by another contractor or pick it up at Home Depot, make sure you get a little bit more. You want waste in this. So if it says 21 feet, you might want to get a 25 foot gutter. You got a 10 foot gutter, you might want to get a 12 foot. Just because you don't want to have to go back. So just get a little bit bigger. And then typically what I do is if I need 5 A elbows, I get 6. I'm trying to get away from this thing. So you can see that you want to add some waste here because just in case, who cares? So this stuff is not super expensive, but it's super annoying to have to run out of something and then have to deal with going to the store again and wasting all that time. So for example, this is 31, so you would cut this in half. So you would divide it by 2. 31 divided by 2 is like 15 something. So you want 16 to 17 hangers, which are these guys here. That's how you figure that out, because like I said, every 2 feet, so if you divide it in half, that tells you how many you need inside that gutter. And that's really it. That's how you do a takeoff, or how we do a takeoff. If that's helpful, great. If it's not and it's stupid, let me know. But that's how we do it, and it's been working really well for us. Keeps us organized, gives us a complete project to order, and then we just build them. And like I said, the other YouTube video that I have out shows us making these out of this actual machine. And you can see how we have this set up. We got a color coil, a white coil that's 6K. This is a 6K coil as well. And then a 5K in white. And so we can carry 3 different types of coils on this truck and make them out. We typically put our colored coils here, and our white 6K and our white 5K over here. We put this, you know, we've got all the materials we need just in case we run out. We have extras of everything typically. And yeah, it doesn't take long to put a gutter up. It's fairly easy to do a takeoff if you kind of organize yourself in this spreadsheet-ish way. You can even be fancy. I just ripped this box lid off of one of these and I've got a Sharpie. Sharpies are good. And so if you're ever interested in putting your own gutter together, there it is. That's how you figure out what you need.